One of the nights in Medina, a man was wandering outside of the city close to the deserts. He heard someone crying, he heard someone praying. He says, I snuck through the reeds and I went to go see who it was. In the middle of the desert, in the middle of the loneliness, I saw Ali ibn Abi Talib beseeching Allah, praying to Allah, crying in front of Allah, and I became overcome by this sight. And I just stayed hidden and I kept watching Ali ibn Abi Talib, and he kept worshipping Allah and praying. And eventually, at one point in time, his voice went silent. I realized the coming of Salat al-Fajr, so I went to wake Ali ibn Abi Talib, and as I would wake him or rouse him, Ali would not move. I thought maybe Ali had died. I ran to his house. I ran to the house of Zahra, and I stood at the door and I called out, "A'zam Allah laki al-ajr ya Zahra." Sayyidah Fatima answered from within, "What's the problem?" He says, "I have seen Ali in the desert worshipping Allah, and I called to him and he would answer no more. I worry that he has died." Sayyidah Fatima from inside the house called out and she says, "Do not worry, this is a condition that overcomes Ali in his ibadat. Go and wake him and inshallah he will wake up." The man says, I ran back out into the desert. I splashed some water on his face, and instead of water I realized it was my tears falling on the cheeks of Ali to wake him. As Ali awoke, he said to me, he says, "Why are you crying?" He says, "I'm crying at your condition, O Ali ibn Abi Talib. You've been overcome." Ali replied to me and he says, "Don't cry for me. Cry for the fear of that day when you will be alone in front of the authority of your Lord. Cry for that day that you will stand before Allah. Ali is still here." But tonight's the night of the 19th. It is a night that Ali ibn Abi Talib has been anticipating for almost 30 years now. He has been left alone. He doesn't have the Prophet with him. Zahra is not with him. He has borne patiently every difficulty. When Rasulullah left, he told him, "Oh Ali, be patient." Ali has come to the end of his patience. They describe this night of the 19th that Ali ibn Abi Talib was very uncomfortable. He would come and go from the house. He would walk out, look at the moon, say, "This is that night I have been anticipating. This is that time I have been waiting for. That time has finally come." His discomfort made Kulthum uncomfortable. Hassan and Hussein are waiting in anticipation of the difficulties of their father. Ali ibn Abi Talib is anticipating and waiting that it is time that was promised to him. He remembers back to when Rasulullah was present, when Rasulullah was giving the khutbah at the end of Sha'ban. And Ali ibn Abi Talib asked the question, "Ya Rasulullah, what is the best action in the month of Ramadan?" Rasulullah wept and replied, "Oh Ali, the best action in the month of Ramadan will be to avoid sinning." He says, "Ya Rasulullah, why do you cry?" He says, "Oh Ali, I cry for that day in this month of Ramadan when your beard will be colored red with your own blood." Rasulullah prepared Ali ibn Abi Talib. Tonight, Ali ibn Abi Talib is waiting in anticipation, in excitement almost, you could say, that he is to be rejoined with his beloved Prophet, with the beloved Zahra. He is saying, "This is that night that I was promised. That time has come." When the time comes for Salatul Fajr, the ducks in the house of Amir al-Mu'mineen grab at his A.B.A. and pull him back, stop him from leaving, knowing the difficulty about to befall the world. Kulthum says, "Baba, why do you have to go? Why can you not stay today?" Ali says, "No, I will go." Eventually, as he leaves, his belt catches on the door as if the walls themselves call out, "Oh Ali, don't leave us alone." Amir al-Mu'mineen proceeds to the masjid. He gives the adhan himself. He goes to stand in his prayer, prepares the people. He knows the enemy that lays before him, but no sin has been committed yet. Until eventually Ali ibn Abi Talib, in the middle of prayer, when he drops his head for sajda, the Mal'oon strikes the head of Ali ibn Abi Talib as he rises. Ali is the one who calls out, "Fustu wa Rabbil Kaaba." I have been successful in keeping my faith in my life. Jibreel flies from the masjid. Haddamat wallahi arkan al-huda. The pillars of guidance have been broken. Ali has been struck. Ali ibn Abi Talib in that condition is not walking home, but he is carried home. And thus we know the difficulty to befall the Ahlul Bayt has begun. The days of our being orphans have begun. The days of difficulty have fallen on the house of Zahra again. Ala la'natullahi ala al-qawm al-zalimin.